As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be.
Oh man, it's 8 o'clock.
And so that'll make it a.
I don't need the spotlight. I shine just fine.
Hi, I'm Karma, and yes, I am a bitch.
Brav Bros. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Brav Bros, your favorite podcast from the bros for everybody, for everyone wants to listen. I'm your co-host, Steele Russell, joined as always by the one and only Bros and Shows McGoes.
Ah, you've been thinking about that one.
No, I just forced it in there because we have to get used to our new name, which is coming soon to a podcast near you.
That's how it goes.
Sure.
McGoes.
No, you don't do it.
That's how it goes.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Don't do that. Because that's my thing. It sounds weird when you do it. It's like giving yourself a nickname, which is a bad look.
Yeah, that is a really bad look.
I'm trying to help you.
Help me to help you.
Help me help you, Jerry Maguire. But we're not here to talk about Jerry Maguire.
No, we're not.
We're here to talk about Potomac, a little RHOP, and it's a good season. I'm enjoying it. This was another solid episode. There are parts of it that are starting to irritate me. Pretty much one person, honestly, and her sidekick as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Mia and Jacqueline.
I thought you were going to talk about what we don't talk about.
Oh, nope. Well,
half of this fucking episode.
No, there's more information because they went to mediation to tell us that there was no more information until their lawyers settle it or until they go to court if she files. Yeah.
Until they acquiesce.
Until they acquiesce.
Yeah. When Ashley said that, my ears perked up. I'm like, where'd she hear that?
Yeah.
Who said that?
When she was in the mediation.
Who the fuck said that?
But yeah, I've been enjoying it. I like this episode too. And like my issues with it are not big enough for me to not like where the show is going. Yeah. I think this is such a great comeback season for them to get them. Is it the glory days of Potomac? No. Is it a good show? Absolutely. And it's in tune with the rest of the shows on right now, except for one that we have stopped recapping, but I think we're going to start recapping again because some asshole's going to Europe. We need episodes.
I'm not the asshole. Andy Cohen's the asshole for telling us that he's going to stick with the cast.
We got to stick with it too.
I couldn't believe it when he said that.
I know. I don't know if it was on Radio Andy or if it was an interview.
He was at the Fan Fest.
But yeah, he is here. Roni's here to stay, guys. So look, hopefully they figure some things out. They implement some new people. I don't know what the move is. There has to be a move. They cannot allow it to continue the way it's continuing.
This is not a Roni recap.
No, but God damn it, this show haunts us. We thought we were rid of it, and it's here to stay. But we're here to talk about Potomac. And let's just jump right into this episode because we start with the father's comment. So we got a cliffhanger with a tabloid headline from Mia. I want the fathers of my children to get along. So where does our brain go? Ink and Gordon.
Yeah.
The potential father of Jeremiah being Ink instead of Gordon. That's where everybody's head goes because all we've talked about this whole season is Ink and Gordon. And somebody left a comment, not on I forget where I saw it. It was somebody's account, and I should have screenshotted it so I could give them credit. If this is you, reach out to us, and I'll put it out there that you said this because it's a great point. She's acting like the two men that she's corralled are like these gems that we should all be envious of who Mia was able to snag. Nobody gives a shit that you got Gordon and Ink. These are not highly touted men that people are like, oh my God, did you see Mia got both Gordon and Ink, a.k.a. Incognito?
Like 5 years ago.
I don't care. What? Like, who the fuck knows? But my point is, these guys are both losers.
Yeah.
Ink is a huge dork. So that whole part of it is very funny, the way that she kind of like walks around high and mighty because she's got ink. Great. Is it? I mean, it's probably cool to be able to carry your boyfriend around in a baby Bjorn.
Yeah.
It's convenient.
It's probably really annoying, though, to have to filter and edit all of your pictures to make it seem like he's not as short as he is.
They do pretty much like the same way they shot Lord of the Rings with the hobbits. Yeah. He stands about 5 feet in front of her. She stands about 10 feet back.
Well, they do what Tom Cruise does in all of his movies.
What?
They film him in the foreground so he looks tall and just the same as everybody else.
Oh, I didn't know he was that short.
You didn't know they did that?
I didn't know he's a short guy.
5'6".
I know there's a lot of short people in Hollywood. I just didn't know if he was one of them.
Yeah.
Like Tom Cruise, they do that with a lot. I know that.
Just said Tom Cruise.
You said Tom Hanks.
Cruise.
They said Hanks.
No, Tom Hanks is tall.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Did I hear? Oh, God. I'm really tired.
It's the second episode, too.
It's the second episode. I could have sworn I heard Hanks. I'll roll the tape back. I've been wrong about things in the past that thought I heard, so I'm going to take your word on this one.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, I knew they did that
Yes,
with. Yeah.
yeah.
They also use soap boxes or apple boxes with him, too, because he cannot look short.
No.
Because that would be against Scientology. Right?
Correct.
Yeah. All hair.
You know who's a Scientologist?
Brittany. No, fuck. God damn it. No. No. It's fucking, what's her nuts? God, Minkoff. Rebecca Minkoff.
Becky.
Becky.
Remember the first episode where we were like, oh, Becky, that's going to be easy to remember. We don't have to talk about her.
She's never on. Oh,
we're not
shut
doing
up.
this. We're not doing this.
God damn it. We're stuck in Roni.
The Potomac episode.
We're talking about the fathers. Okay? But it's not Ink and Gordon as we had previously thought. This is what's so annoying with Mia. And more so, like, everything is so overproduced with her, I think, and it's starting to become more and more apparent. She knew how this would land. And then she goes, well, I was married before. My oldest with another dad. No one cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about this third potential father because he's not part of the storyline. And all you did was, like, hook, line, and sinker us with this shit because now we're sitting for a week going, oh, my God, is she going to say that Ink is confirmed the dad? No.
Mia's like a producer's wet dream. Like,
Yeah.
oh, she said that. I know that she just said that. Let's cut the episode there. It's
Cliffhanger.
gonna be perfect.
Yeah, it sucks.
She knows what she's doing. They know what they're doing, and I hate it. And that was my main gripe with Mia in the first season that we watched together. Was everything that she thought she was doing was iconic, and she kind of pulled back a little bit on that.
She's starting
She
to
still
do
has
it.
that personality, and it drives me crazy here and there. I can still see why she's really good for the show. There's certain moments that she does that are like, okay, that's fucking insane, but this is a show. It works. Jacqueline, we'll get to her and Jacqueline scene a little bit later. But this was one of them. She doesn't have the little slip. If she does something, it's very, very apparent as to what she's doing.
She shoves it in your face.
And it still, at the end of the day, for whatever reason, gets over on me.
Yeah.
In the moment, I thought the exact same thing that everybody else thought, and I shouldn't. I'm
wouldn't you
myself
think
for thinking that? I know.
But her sidekick is already pissing me off because she's like, can I speak?
No.
Because I was there. Thank you. No one gives a fuck, man. You psycho.
I audibly said no when she said,
Did
can
you?
I speak? Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Like, no, Jacqueline, nobody needs to hear from you. We get it. You hang out with Mia. Guess who thinks Mia's cool? Nobody. Nobody's vying for her attention other than you. So take it and run with it. Don't be like, I was there. Thank you. Nobody gives a fuck. But she uses that to kind of throw me under the bus to say, yeah, Gordon's cool for a little bit, and then he's not for the majority of it, which we all kind of thought, okay, that makes sense. Cordial for the kids for a minute. I don't want to hang out with you and the guy you cheated on me with. Mm-hmm. Very understandable. Mia keeps trying to force cuck him.
Well, and just like the old force cuck, it gets you every time. And just like Mia did that, where she intentionally said the two fathers, she's also intentionally putting things on Instagram to make it seem like everybody's cool so that she can get it over on everybody else.
Yep.
But Jacqueline betraying her was not in the cards. That's the first good thing that Jacqueline's done, and I don't even think she meant to do it.
I unintentionally did it.
Yeah.
These two are exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Exhausting, but Jazelle calls out this weird double standard for this. But Jazelle calls bullshit, which I'm glad, because she points out, Mia, we sat down with you. We had a heart-to-heart. You shared probably too much information with us. It seemed like you were going through it, so we sat and listened to you. You told us that Ink was going to take a step back until you guys got your shit sorted out, which we all agreed with. What Mia responds with, I'm like, well, what did you think went down? Because this makes no fucking sense. She's like, I'll listen to your guys' advice. It doesn't mean I'm going to take it. It's like, you told them he was taking a step back, and they agreed that was a good idea. They didn't tell you to tell him to take a step back. You said step back. 2 days later, pool scene with Gordon and Ink, where you filmed the 5 minutes that it was cordial and not the 30 minutes where it was probably a fucking disaster, which once again, you're putting your kids in a very strange scenario because they're at the pool and you want to force this scene on Instagram, and then they have to watch Gordon and Ink not be cool, which I hope those two are able to do it behind closed doors or away from the kids.
Yeah. I just don't know. Everything that happens with Mia is obviously fake. We've pointed that out before. She wants to create this illusion that everybody's getting along, and she wants to create the illusion that she's in control of what's going on. And she thinks for some reason that's going to make everybody else envious of her life.
I don't know.
I just don't understand where she's getting all of these thoughts from. Again, for the show, it's fucking insane. And more and more, I know in the beginning of the season, we were like, we shouldn't be privy to these things. I don't really want to. Anymore, I'm just
We
like,
have
just
to
give
know
it, just,
now.
we have to show everything, and I want to see everything. I don't want to see the 5 minutes that you're filming on Instagram. I want to see the other 20 minutes of Gordon throwing a fit.
So do I.
Yeah.
So do I. But it's hysterical that Jacqueline's falling around like a hurt, lost puppy dog, and she's like, "Fuck you, Jacqueline." And she's like, "Oh my God, why?" She's like, "You threw me under. You never back me up. You always throw me under the bus." Like, and Jacqueline's literally chasing after Mia. I don't know how Jacqueline watches this show and is not mortified. I would be so embarrassed if I acted like this at all. Even more so if I know people are watching it. Even more so
Watching it back yourself.
watching myself do it.
Maybe she doesn't
oh my
watch
God.
it.
Hopefully not. I can't be good for her mental health unless she is a lunatic.
Well,
All signs point to lunatic.
Yes.
But anywho, Wendy gets a citation from the governor. I don't know what that means.
I thought it was a ticket.
That's what I think of when I
thought
think
noise
citation.
ordinance.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
That's what I thought was going on.
I
I was like, you guys got a
assumed-
citation for noise ordinance? It didn't even seem like that cool of a party.
Yeah. Burn. I assumed it was something good that I didn't understand, which is what it turned out to be. It's like a thank you for all of your services to the community and whatever.
Is she going to try to spin this into saying that she now has a 5th degree?
At this point, yeah, why not? Just do it.
Yeah,
Who
just
cares?
keep doing it.
Yeah, why not? Just keep tacking on degrees and citations. Just list them all off. I'm here for it now because I like this new Wendy. I like the Wendy that we've been seeing all season. So if you want to have more degrees, have more degrees.
I'd rather see that than TJ and Ray talking.
TJ can go fuck himself.
Yeah, he's
what
a
a
weird
what a
dude.
dweeb. But Karen, Ashley, Jazelle, and Stacy come together for a mediation station. They're talking because it's interesting the timing of it. Stacy's about to go through mediation, and Ashley seemingly the same day went through mediation, at least their first run through.
Sure.
But Karen and Jazelle have been through it, so they want to offer some advice to Stacy, which I'm glad they did when we find out later how the mediation
At the
went.
time, I was very conflicted about it.
I wasn't.
It's like, you know what? Like, it's not always the same. You know what I think it was, though? It wasn't Karen and Jazelle, because I do think that they actually can give good advice. It was the fact that Ashley was leading the charge.
Well, Ashley
You shouldn't tell anybody how to get divorced.
No, but at the same time, she was doing it from a standpoint of these two helped me.
Right.
I want you to hear what they have to say because I needed to hear it as well. I do believe Ashley probably needed to hear it more because Michael is a fucking snake, scumbag, bald creep.
Yeah.
But I do think, obviously, it pays off for Stacy later because she's under the same impression that Kyle Richards is. It's amicable. It's different. We're going to do this on the up and up. He's not going to burn me. I'm not going to burn him. Jazelle, great point. And I think that this is something I glossed over with Kyle and Mo because I thought they'd be fine getting through this, but it's a great point. The person you knew or were with, they're no longer that person.
Yeah.
A lot of them still are. Like, it's a lot of that person still there, but you're not together anymore. So things change. At the end of the day, let's protect ourselves.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Once Stacy said he's a very successful man and he comes from a very prestigious family in
I
Germany,
got a little
I'm like,
wary.
Yeah, he's going to be protected.
Yeah.
He's going to be way more protected than you.
He's going to be much more ready for you and prepared for this. Question. Why the fuck is TJ talking about signing bonuses?
Who cares?
I think he was talking about Stacy's signing bonus for being a new host of a show, being like they got a $56,000
That's what he was
signing
talking
bonus.
about?
That's what I
When
got.
he said host? I didn't know
Yeah.
what the fuck was going on. He
I
was just
assume
I don't think Ray knew what the hell was going on.
he doesn't know what's going on ever.
No.
That's irrelevant. Irrelevant.
He'd rather be golfing.
Yeah, he'd rather be golfing right now. But my point is, she was the host of a QVC show.
Yeah.
So if
I think
he's
he- yeah, I guess he
alluding
was
to a
talking
host,
about
he's
her.
saying, did you know new hosts get $56,000? Why are you discussing that?
I just assumed they were still talking about Ray's like 1970s computer.
The I don't know what it's called anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter.
The
I
Equinox
just thought they were still
45.
talking about completely irrelevant shit, and I'm like, why are we seeing this? But that makes way more sense.
I think he's talking about Stacy's signing bonus. You have no call on that, sir.
No.
You won't even touch her, pal.
Nope.
And you ignore her
Wait,
at the
doesn't
dinner
he
table.
also work in the same? Yeah, he may have been talking about himself.
I don't think he was.
I think didn't they meet at work?
There's no way that guy's on QV. I would
Maybe not
actively.
QVC, but whatever she does now because she moved.
I don't.
QVC was in Philly.
I know that. I don't know. I don't know what he does.
Mm.
I think maybe he's involved with them.
I could see him as a really overzealous weatherman.
I could see him as the guy they have on every couple of months to talk about like food and fitness. And he's way too
Ooh.
energetic and pisses people off. Like, oh, TJ's in
Up
the studio
until
today.
recently, I would say I could see him stuck. They stick him whenever like a hurricane's coming up the coast.
That's
Like,
where he
put him out there,
belongs.
yeah.
Yeah, TJ, go stand out there.
But then they put Anderson Cooper out there, and I felt bad for
Didn't
him.
he get hit by a sign or something?
I don't think he got hit by a sign.
Somebody got hit by
Somebody
something
definitely
recently.
got smoked by a sign, yeah.
Anyway, let's keep going. We get a nice scene with Wendy and Eddie and the siblings. As we know, things have been contentious to say the least. And by contentious, I mean they have not had contact really for years and years and years. They are still not tight with Eddie's parents, but this was nice. This was nice to see. They're all hugging. Wendy makes a point to say this is the most important part of the evening. It looks like we found a way forward with everybody. Everyone's happy, crying, yay. Love to see it. But we get to Jazelle next day. They're having this is a good idea. Boozy ice cream?
No.
What do you mean?
Keep alcohol away from my sweets.
Is that because you'd consume too much and get too drunk, or you think it tastes bad?
I think it would taste terrible.
Oh no!
And I love ice cream, so don't fuck with it.
Why you need to?
No.
You need to.
No, I got mad about when I saw it.
I'm saying you're getting mad at me right now.
I'm not mad at you.
That's you're projecting.
Not mad at you.
You're projecting.
I am mad about booze and ice cream. I don't think it should exist.
Nah.
No.
I disagree.
They're not real ice cream people.
Give me a rock.
If you're gonna put booze in ice cream, you're not real ice cream people. You're booze people.
You're not a real ice cream person. You're fucking you're a phony. This guy's a phony.
Look, everybody.
This guy's a phony. But we talk about Jazelle's home situation a little bit. Grace just got done her freshman year at school, or is still currently in her freshman year at school. The twins, as we know, they had their cap and gown ceremony. They're out the door next year. We got an empty nester. It's going to be a different story for Jazelle next season.
Yep.
We've said it all year. Jazelle's had a solid year. I like this Jazelle. Jazelle sans Robin. Great for TV.
Very good.
Thoroughly enjoying it. I like learning more about her home life. I love that we're getting this out of her because we have not gotten this ever. She opens up. She talks about the passing of her father. She talks about how difficult it was for her. She went to book a flight, couldn't even type onto the computer. Talks about how Angel and Adore stepped up and really walked her through this whole thing. She says that they held her hand through this, which is, we love the family scenes.
Oh, yeah.
We've said that for even when we didn't like Jazelle over the past few seasons. She's clearly a good mom just because of the way her kids treat her.
Yeah.
Like it's clear that she does her job well. So to know that Angel and Adore stepped up and took care of her is awesome. But overall, just a Jazelle that opens up a little bit is delightful.
It's fantastic.
Wonderful.
She gets the hint.
She does. Look, without Robin, this is the best Jazelle's ever performed, in my opinion. I think. But
She's main cherry blossom. Is that what they hold?
that is I've always been confused about this.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it
know.
is a cherry blossom.
Yeah.
But are they holding a petal?
Just one petal?
Well, they're not.
Got to be a whole flower. Well, a
But they're
whole.
not. That's my point.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of like, wow, we're gonna sound dumb. Let's just move on. Are there individual flowers, or are they just all petals?
I think it's individual flowers.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Fuck.
Oh, no.
God, we sound stupid. I'm gonna cut this. I'm not gonna cut this. Let's get to Ashley and her kids. We'll touch on this super fast because we said we wouldn't talk about it. I will give her props as well. She seems to be crushing it as a mom. Her kids are cute. They seem to love her. She has gone a long way from living with Michael in that godforsaken concrete monstrosity bachelor pad where he was probably banging God knows who for a way too long.
Juan Dixon.
Let's be real. But this is confusing. Just want to touch on it. She gets the kids 7 days a week. Michael gets them for the weekend.
I was fucking hoping that you weren't going to bring this up. That really bothered me.
So 7. Here's what I took.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's what I took.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the kids all month.
Mm-hmm.
Michael gets a weekend. 1 weekend a month.
I don't know, dude.
7 days a week.
I paused it and looked at the
Michael
calendar.
gets a weekend.
I couldn't figure it out.
Leap year.
I don't know.
It's leap year.
Does she do maybe Thursday to Thursday, and then he gets the kids for that weekend?
Wow, you really thought about it.
I was really hoping you weren't going to bring it up. But then it doesn't recycle. That's the problem.
But it's also 7 days a week.
And then we can use the context clues of what we find out later, where it's
10 days a
10
month.
days a month.
But that's different than the
doesn't
current
help.
setup.
It just did.
And 7 days a week implies it's a 1 week period, which would be a Monday through Sunday, or Sunday through Saturday, depending on if you're one of those weird people that counts Sunday as the beginning of the week.
Ugh.
Calendars do it, so I get it. But at the same time, like, that's not a thing.
Have you seen February 2025 on a calendar?
Do I want to?
It's perfect.
Oh, really? That's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
February 1st is a Sunday. February 28th is also a Sunday.
This
or a Saturday. Whoop.
This conversation is like causing me to have a panic attack.
Okay.
So maybe I need to look at that calendar and like settle down.
Yeah, let me.
Thursday to Thursday, leap year weekend. That's the
Yes.
schedule. We've been talking about this for 5 minutes. I'm so sorry, everybody. But she's headed to mediation. Great. Here's what I was concerned about. It wasn't the worst, but I see it turning, especially given next week we get another conversation. We've been lobbying hard for our guy, Greg. There's some red flags for me as Kiarna goes to the office. Now, granted, she admittedly doesn't take this job seriously. She says that. Like, I think it's cute that he thinks he's my boss. It appears that she does take it lightly. It appears that I don't really know what she does.
No idea.
She needs to go to schools. So it's Open Arms is the name of it. It's
like
to help
outreach.
Youth outreach program, from what I've gathered.
Maybe she goes and canvasses the schools to see who would need help.
That's a horrible way to say it. Canvass the school?
Yeah.
That sounds creepy.
No. Oh, well, yeah. If you put it that way, it sounds
Canvas?
creepy.
No one says that. Do they say that? Let's canvass some new schools?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
You go out and do some market research. Yeah, it's canvassing.
That sounds better.
Yeah.
Do some market research
for
on
outreach program sounds better.
Canvassing schools sounds bad.
You gotta see how many of these kids need help.
Yeah. Okay.
Market research.
Fine.
All right, we'll go with that.
I'm just
I
saying.
think maybe that's what she does.
Regardless, he wants her to get more involved or take it more seriously, I guess. But the conversation that they have, because someone makes a joke like, oh, it sounds like she's a Diggs, and I guess that's Greg's last name.
Mhm.
He's like, she can be a Diggs when she starts acting right. Get to the office, and this is why I wasn't like up in arms about it, because one, she can handle herself. Like, she's clearly not taking any shit from him, which I appreciate. But she asked him flat out, like, oh, I don't act right. And he's like, well, at times, and you should work on that. I don't love that.
Nope.
Is it frustration because she's not taking the job seriously? But then she goes on to say, like, he's kind of an old school guy, which to me points to, okay, like, I'm the man. So I'm worried about Greg.
Yeah, maybe we came on a little too strong on
I
Greg.
think we came on too strong because he seemed like an unassuming nice guy.
And people were giving him shit, and he didn't belong there.
He didn't say anything, really.
Yeah.
He hadn't talked up until the point. We were
Seemingly
big
did
Greg
not
guys.
deserve the shit that he was getting.
Right.
We may have come on too
I
strong.
think we jumped the gun here.
I think we need to take a step back and reevaluate.
I think we need to break up with Greg.
I think we need to canvass his company.
Let's canvass Greg.
Yeah.
You start painting him, and I'll finish the canvas.
The pause after finish is perfect.
But he does ask her about the lawsuit. This is the lawsuit against Sesame Street, a.k.a. Deborah. She's filing a personal injury claim, which I would imagine she wins with flying colors. I would assume they just settle. There's footage. There's pictures after, like, the aftermath. I would imagine there's a big settlement coming her way from Deborah. I'm curious. I hope they talk about that more. I was actually surprised. We haven't heard much about it.
No.
We've heard, like, obviously the Scar comment early on.
Yeah, and it seems like Kiarna's just kind of shutting down a lot of that talk, but not in the normal, I can't talk about it because it's an ongoing lawsuit type of way. It's more of a, I don't want to fucking talk about it.
Which makes
because
sense.
it was awful and I don't want to deal with it. And I'm going through legal action right now. So hopefully we do get a little bit more. The good thing is, in lieu of a character testimony towards Deborah, we can just show her lying a bunch last season.
That's the best part when lawsuits happen to
I
Bravo
know.
people. It's like, just roll the tape. You want a character witness?
Yeah, she fucking sucks.
Yeah, watch. She accused this guy. This guy was getting dragged for sexual harassment, which was not true.
Nope.
And Deborah decided to jump in and add herself to the storyline. Watch.
There you go. That's all you need to know.
And guilty. Boop. I don't know if it's that kind of case.
Yeah, it's probably one of those cases.
Well, it's a personal injury claim. Are you guilty or are you just held liable?
Still a gavel.
Sure. I want a gavel. We should get a gavel in here.
Ooh.
That would be cool.
No, we'd overuse it.
We definitely
Then
overuse it.
forget that it existed and then overuse it again.
when we found it, we'd be excited. Be like, oh, yeah, remember the gavel?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's get to Karen and Jazelle and Wendy and Ashley and Stacy. And they got a charcuterie cray. Charcuterie.
I thought it was charcuterie.
Oh, I thought it was charcuterie.
Oh.
Charcuterie?
I had to listen to it a couple times.
I said charcuterie Shrey, so I'm not much better.
No.
To be honest with you. Oh, God.
You can't actually say
Fuck
it?
me up now. No, I can. Not now. Charcuterie. No. Look.
I'm not going to say it, dude. I'm going to let you go through this.
Wait. You have to understand, everybody. Okay? I'm really sleepy.
Uh-huh.
Okay? This is episode number 2. Bear with me. Charcuterie.
Mm-hmm.
Charcuterie. Prosciutto. Mortadelle. Gabagool. We're back, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Charcuterie.
Glad you worked through that.
Thanks, bud. But Stacy arrives. And I do want to hear about Stacy's.
Chartreuse?
What?
Isn't that a color? Chartreuse.
Chartreuse? Oh, that does sound like a thing.
It is a color. Yeah, I think it's a...
What's the matter with you? We're trying to...
Magenta.
I'm hanging on for dear life here. You're talking about chartreuse?
It just popped in my
I
head.
said magenta.
Isn't it like a magenta
I
color?
don't fucking know. Should we
Maybe
look
it's
it up?
blue.
No, I gotta look it up.
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse. Do you think I can spell it?
Yeah. You got this.
I'm actually pretty good at spelling.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, I was off by one letter.
Is it UESE?
It is U-E. No, it's E-U-S-E.
Damn it.
I did E-U. All right, so it's C-H-A-R-T-R-E-U-S-E. I did C-H-R-T-R-E-U-C-E.
Oh.
That's still pretty good.
I knew it was-
Chartreuse.
yeah. What color is it?
Chartreuse is
You're
a...
going to have to explain it to me because I don't know.
You dickhead. Chartreuse is a liquor.
Does it go in ice cream?
Color. What an idiot.
What does it taste like in ice cream?
Yeah, it says dresses. Oh, maybe it is a color. These are all the same green. It's like a green.
Oh, I was off on the color.
Yeah, it's kind of a green. Like there's different shades of green here. I think it seems to be up for debate.
Okay.
Welcome back to Talking Tints with the... Where the fuck were we? Charcuterie. Stacy. Divorce. Mediation. Let's lock in.
Yeah.
So, she admittedly did not know a lot. Now, we knew that he was from an affluent background. Did we know that he was from like a wealthy family in Germany, like has all this money, blah, blah, blah? Did we just find that out this episode?
We had an idea. She explained it to us in like the first
Like
or
he was
second episode when
important or
Ashley had
whatever.
come over, but not to this degree.
Yes.
The beginning of the episode was the most that we've gotten.
So it's like it's family money, which means if they have like family, like generational fucking money, yeah, there's a lot of loopholes and
Lawyers on retainer.
And I'm sure, as she said, she's like, I found out that my name was on certain things and I didn't know about this account, I didn't know about that account, blah, blah, blah. But I'm glad that she gives the ladies credit. She's like, I probably wouldn't know this stuff if they didn't press me to ask more questions. So she actually ends up thanking them and kind of acknowledges, like, you guys are right. I wasn't fully ready for what was there. Ashley's still in mediation. We don't need to talk about that. Okay? She's still in mediation. The
10
only
days a
thing...
month.
The only reason...
Another non-disparagement agreement.
That's pretty... Yeah. That's where we're at again. She was asked to sign one for Michael. But I agree with her.
I do agree with her. I don't think that you should sign that shit.
Not with him.
No.
No, and I know what he's probably trying to cover up, some creepy, gross shit that he's done in hotel rooms with, again, God knows who.
And I'm assuming that he's thinking once this is all said and done and the divorce is final, they're going to have a free-for-all on him. But the problem is, we've tuned it out.
We don't
It's been
care.
going on for 5 goddamn years.
Yeah, I really don't
We're
care
over it.
what Michael Darby is or was up
No.
to. I'm over it. I just don't need to see that creepy... He looks like a scab, honestly.
That's a good way to put
Like
it.
a raw scab.
Yeah.
Just fuck off, Michael. But I hated this scene. It was clearly scripted. This was clearly discussed beforehand. They clearly practiced their lines. I hated it top to bottom. Karen Huger continues to take giant steps backwards for me. I'm curious to get your take on it, but we get her and her daughter Raven in a restaurant. Now, not one soul is in this restaurant. They have a private tasting menu that they seemingly just get dropped on. Oh, the chef has prepared special things for you.
Sure, yeah.
Interesting. Wow, surprising. And the conversation that they proceed to have is horrible. Like, It's clearly Karen wanting people to see this loving side of her, this loving mother. How's your love life, honey? Tell me about that. And her daughter, we don't like to talk shit about the kids. That being said, she's 22 years old. I don't feel as bad. But the way that she's talking, like, why? You seem so overly prepared for these answers. You seem like you know what you're saying in advance. She talks about her love life, and Karen, just the words she's saying. The most powerful moment post-accident that I had was I was not taking care of myself. That should not be the most powerful moment after this accident. It should be, oh my God, I need to look in the mirror. I have a fucking problem. I've gotten 2 DUIs. Did you see today that the judge barred? This happened today.
No, I didn't see this.
Karen tried to get the body cam footage barred from the case. And the judge said, no, we need to see the body cam footage. If you need any more evidence, if you're trying to block the body camera footage, there's something on the tape that you don't want people to see. What
would be the grounds for that?
I don't know.
I didn't look good?
Yes.
It didn't look good for me?
It's bad for my case, Your Honor. It paints me in a really bad light. Object.
Oh my God. No, I thought the same thing. It's hard. I had to rewatch the scene actually twice because I kept tuning it out. Once she starts going and the way that she interjected, because I had the same feelings that you did. We're sitting in the middle of a restaurant. It's a tasting menu. The chef is coming out to greet you. I get it. You're Karen Huger. Weird.
No.
It just stinks. The whole thing stunk immediately.
I get it. You're Karen Huger. You're Karen Huger. That's my whole point.
You know what I brought back to was the first episode where she's sitting down with Jazelle and she has the guy come over and say she's never drank here.
Correct.
That's what we got again.
Yes.
We got the exact same thing, except this time there's nobody in the restaurant to say, look at those people over there drinking their mimosas. Scumbags.
Yeah.
I still feel bad for those people. But I don't think we've seen Raven in 3 years.
No, I haven't seen her.
We haven't seen her at all. So she pops up now.
She flies in to fly out the same day.
Yeah. 2 episodes after she sits down with, what was that, her cousin?
Yeah.
Sits down with her cousin to talk about everything. He was more upset than she was. Now we've got this whole narrative being spun where you're talking about her love life, but then immediately interject and start talking about the post-accident. Yeah. That doesn't really tie together, but it was very scripted. It was just nonsense. It was just more nonsense, trying to convince us for whatever reason that whatever we know happens didn't actually happen the way that it was portrayed, which
she's fighting against herself.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. I don't know why she's going at such great lengths to try to get this going.
I think she's embarrassed that it's her second one.
Yeah,
she's trying to find a way out.
Probably what it was. But all in all, this entire scene was just nonsense.
It was brutal. And the way her daughter talks, she's like, anyone who is not concerned about your overall health and well-being is shameful.
I'm going to find out who my real friends are. That's in a nutshell.
Exactly.
We've already heard that.
It's like, by the way, people can care about her and also hold her accountable and say, I'm concerned about you, Karen. I'm concerned about your health and well-being, Karen, because you've now gotten 2 DUIs, and that's a big problem.
Yep.
So I'm concerned about your overall health. That's the same thing, Raven. It's no different. That's actually a more concerned friend than somebody who's going to gloss over and be a Jacqueline to the Mia, where it's like, you're fine. Mm-hmm. The deer did it. The tree came out of nowhere. Of course you want to block the body cam footage. You probably didn't look great. You didn't have your makeup done. That's the only reason. Not because they would see you inebriated. This whole thing sucks. And this is on the tail of me watching this remarkable scene with Robert Jr. and Mary on Salt Lake where they're addressing shit like this. And now we're acting like Karen. And people commented on our fucking YouTube. It's like, you don't know the whole story. It's like, are you fucking serious? Are you shitting me right now? Like, you actually buy anything that's coming out of her mouth?
Oh, my God.
Like, come on, guys. Anyone that thinks that Karen is in the right needs to look in the mirror themselves. This is brutal. And the scenes that we're getting from her now are overproduced. She's over-deflecting. She's not delivering. And the quirky, she's making this kind of, entertaining is gone for me. I'm done with it after this scene.
The only thing it could be that we haven't considered, maybe Ray was also in the car and he was driving, and then they crashed, and then he got out and ran away.
Okay. Hold on. Allegedly. Allegedly. Let me do that real quick.
And they had to get rid of the deer because the deer was an eyewitness. And the body cam footage could have seen just Ray, because he doesn't move that fast, just kind of sauntering away.
Off. You just see gray-haired Ray just
for whatever reason, he's pantsless and his ass is out. I don't know why.
He's just hiding behind a tree. Like, Ray, we see you. And he's like, ooh. Then he like hides behind it again.
That deer licking.
It's Ray's butt cheek.
See, this is what happens when you're not going to give us the
It's
story.
a serious thing. It's a
We're going to
DUI.
speculate.
God damn it. Oh, God, I hate it. But let's keep going. We get Jacqueline and Mia in this fucking bizarre scene that I did not need, where she's like, oh, you're going to be my sugar mommy? I'm like, gross. This whole relationship's weird and gross. And Mia's like, if we were alone, I would kiss you. Gross. All of this is gross. I'm uncomfortable. Jacqueline's a psycho. Mia's unhinged.
I think that Mia set her up, by the way.
Yeah,
Gave her shit outfits. I think that she
Horrible.
keeps her looking
the first
bad.
thing she walks out, I'm like, what is that?
First off, Potomac is not known for their outfits.
No.
Did you see that clip where they asked all the other housewives who the worst franchise is dressing-wise?
It's Potomac.
Potomac, by far and away.
It's quite clear.
Jersey was number 2, which they're not that great either.
No, Jersey's
Potomac
definitely
is
number 2.
far and away
Yeah.
really terrible. And this is why. Mia going in there acting like she is a fashionista. She wears insane outfits that make zero sense and look terrible. The first outfit that Jacqueline came out in was
Comical.
fucking hilarious.
It was so funny.
Who made that dress? They should never make a dress again.
Mia stitched together a trash bag and a burlap sack. Was like, make her put this on.
Make her put it on.
The second outfit was just Mia's wardrobe.
Yep.
And she's like, I'm going to steal
I
that.
want to steal that. It's like, no, it's one, it looks awful.
2, it's probably in her closet.
And I think you're setting her up to look even worse than she already looks.
Yeah, it's brutal. They start talking about PP again, and no one cares.
Nope.
I don't care.
Nope.
I do not care about what's going on in Jacqueline's life.
Nope.
And she did this to herself. You did this to yourself with your behavior on this show because you are up Mia's ass.
Yep.
She told you to fuck off 2 days ago. Literally. And now you're like, oh my God, sugar mommy, woo.
Bizarre.
It's so creepy. It creeps me the fuck out. I don't like watching these two together. The dynamic is off-putting.
I had to focus so much on just the fashion to get through the scene.
It was brutal. It was
The only way I could get through it.
The only thing we really get from is that Mia is pissed at Jazelle
Mm-hmm.
for bringing up Ink and Gordon at the pool.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be mad because you brought this whole scenario up to them with, again, information that you probably didn't need to tell them to get your point across. But because you went so heavy on the info, they're paying attention now.
And by the way, Jazelle is 100% correct.
Absolutely.
And the only reason that she is now, if she had said that on her own and said, what are you doing? Are you just putting things on Instagram that are good to make people think that it's good? Then, okay, yeah, you can be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you stalking my Instagram? Fine. Jacqueline already spilled the beans. She told everybody that that's what you were doing.
They've been spilled.
Giselle's just saying, hey, why do you do that? That's insane. She's right. 100%. You are in the wrong. You got caught.
The best part is the conversation that those two are about to have because holy shit. But Jacqueline's reasoning of Giselle's just mad because she doesn't have a man and you've got 3 or 4.
Nobody's jealous of your weird dudes.
Not one person on the planet.
Also, 3 or 4.
Who's the third and the fourth?
Who's the other ones? Are we going back to the first baby
I
daddy?
don't know, dude. I don't know. And it's like,
Is she cheating on Ink with another guy?
probably
Gonna do this another time next year?
it's probably produced. But again, not one person saw Gordon or Ink walk on the screen
Mm-hmm.
and go, that's a hot dude. I wish that was my man.
Mhm.
No, they saw Gordon act like a psycho to you over the past couple of years, and they saw Ink cheat with you on Gordon.
Not to mention, because of Jazzy, we went to a Super Bowl party where there were NFL players.
Yes.
Hot NFL players.
Smoking hot NFL players.
Yep.
That's
Not
who,
your dudes.
that's who people are watching and wanting to bang.
Yep.
Not Ink and Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real here. No one you don't have highly touted men following you around.
Nope.
You have Jacqueline up your ass.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Gross.
Oh God. But Ashley does the rappelling thing. They do this in Philly. It's the same company, Over the Edge. Bruce does it every year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And you rappel down the side of an office building, and
Does he also think about
I
Ashley's
fast forward.
divorce?
I fast forwarded.
Did
through
you actually?
the rappelling part? Because I knew she was gonna say. Let me just see if I got. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay, I swear to God, I did not watch it. Okay, let me tell you what I think
Tell me
was
what you
said.
think, yeah.
As she's rappelling, she's talking about the growth that she's made in this relationship, in this divorce settlement, in growing as a person. And the more she rappels, the more come to Jesus moment she has where she's like, I'm really proud of myself and everything that I've gotten through. And this is kind of a defining moment for me. My kids are here watching me. I'm a strong mother and I'm going to win this whole thing.
Sort of. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much it in a nutshell, except instead of doing just a confessional where Ashley says all of that, they show us clips about her talking about the divorce and the mediation.
Oh, no, I missed that. No.
Shit that we've already seen.
Bummer.
Nothing has changed. She's going down, and at one point it looks like she's having a pretty hard time, and that's when they bring in the whole, like, the beginning of the divorce. It was awful.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Yep.
And I also love that during scenes like this is, look, over the edge 90% of the time, not 90%, but a vast majority of the time, are people that work in like the buildings downtown.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are like very successful people.
Yeah.
This is not a moment where anybody's going to fall.
No.
Okay? Nothing's going to go wrong because they will get sued to oblivion.
Yeah.
There are very rich people going on these lines.
Mm-hmm.
Her struggling in the middle, like, woo, it's like, no, this is not difficult.
I love when they show the text message that she sent out.
Oh, yeah.
Karen's response was great.
Well,
Ashley, you don't have to do all that. I'll just donate to the charity.
yeah, that's funny. It's really funny. But yeah, I love that when they have these moments in Housewives where it's like a ropes course or like something that they're in a harness and it's very regulated.
Yeah.
It's like, doo, 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 like music gets heavy. You're like, oh God, is she going to fall?
Oh, no.
No, she's not going to fall. There's no way she falls. But
It's funny that you knew what Over the Edge was right away.
the only reason I was because of Bruce.
Didn't, and I thought that it was another G&A event.
No. It's I swear Bruce does it off of
What the fuck does this company do?
he does it off
What is this?
Logan 1.
Well,
Logan
that's fuck-
Square.
That's cool.
So that's a real thing. But let's finish this bad boy up. All right. Mia arrives. No hug for Jazelle. I hate this too, where she has to state it. Just don't hug her and don't talk.
Yeah.
Don't be like, I can't hug you.
Well, she did hug her.
Oh, she
and then
did?
she said, you get a hug now.
Oh, I thought she
I'll
said,
be
"Don't
nice
get a
now,
hug
but we have to talk.
I must have been writing something down.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Who
I
cares?
just like the exchange that Karen and Jazelle have afterwards. Giselle's like, what are you talking about? I've been good. She's like, yeah, you have been really good this year. It's like, yeah, we know. This is
We've
great.
been watching. She's awesome. Like, we agree. But Mia starts going it. She says, I shared some personal things at the G&A event, and then at Wendy's, you questioned it because of the social media posts. Jazelle, thinking what we're all thinking, thought it was a legitimate question. Is it slightly shady? I guess.
Kinda.
Like, I guess it's kind of shady.
Nothing that Mia wouldn't do.
But it's not really. It's more like,
Oh.
hey, you told us all this crazy shit. We're watching this whole thing transpire in real time. But you're making posts to make it seem like everything's cool days after you told us Ink is taking a step back. That's confusing. She's like, oh, is that confusing? Because Angel and Adore snuck boys in the DR.
Fuck
What?
off.
What?
Like,
Who
who
cares?
cares? Coming from Mia, which is that it's got to be like the richest shit ever.
Oh, yeah.
Coming from Mia of all people. Who cares? It has nothing to do with that. Now you're going to question whether or not Giselle's a good mother because her teenage daughters were trying to talk to boys in Dominican Republic and get them into the house so they can hang out. Sounds like a teenager.
Tracks to me, yeah.
Sounds like a healthy family teenager.
She's like, you told me, and she's like, no, they didn't. Like, Giselle tries to cover it up shortly, and then I
Because
think,
it's about the kids.
but I think she also realizes, like, okay, whatever. She's like, oh yeah, the ring camera footage. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, we saw a boy getting snuck into the house. What are we doing right now?
Sweet.
This has nothing to do
It's
with your
insane.
situation. And she's like, I'm just saying, like, you want to act like you're this perfect mother. You have these perfect kids, and you post things on social media, but you don't post that. Wait, should she post her ring footage
should.
of Angel and Adore sneaking boys in the
Hang
DR?
a minute.
How funny would that be?
These two idiots.
It's like, I've got footage of your daughters hanging out with teenage boys. Like,
Insane.
what are they supposed to do? They're being teenagers. And your big complaint is that she shows the good stuff? Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. What is a parent going to do?
What?
Blast their kid on social media? Like, she even says, she's like, they have their own social media. They're 18 years old, 17 years old, whatever. If they want to post things, they can. I'm not going to post the ring camera footage of them sneaking a boy in through the window. That's not a great look.
Sandwiched in between two posts about how great they are.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What?
This was such a bizarre statement. She's like, I'm just saying, I'm going to talk shit too. If you're going to bring up the shit, then I'm going to talk shit. And everybody that is privy to this conversation are like, what's going on right now? Like, what's going on with you? Because Karen goes, she wrote it down to make sure I got it right. She says, juggling Pimp Village is getting to her.
Yeah.
That was such a good line. Everyone else is like Mia's spiraling.
Yep.
This is bad. The situation she's going through. And that's the whole thing. If she took a different approach and was like, this is pretty
really
crazy.
fucking hard for me to get through.
We would listen.
Yeah.
Like then we would have sympathy. But instead you're acting unbothered and putting the onus on other people that it's their fault for not understanding or for questioning when you bring it up to them. If you take the stance of, I'm going through it right now, instead of trying to throw something completely irrelevant to the conversation about Jazelle's kids, because now what you've done and what you don't realize you've done, Jazelle's been around the game for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Jazelle knows how to play the game, and she says exactly what I'm thinking. She goes, oh, I'm taking it all in. I'm just taking it in, and then I'll react. She's going to take her time, and she's going to do it in a way Mia doesn't expect.
Yep.
It's going to land much better than whatever the fuck this was. And Mia's not going to be able to retaliate in a successful way where it lands with both the audience and the rest of the cast. It's going to be some off-the-wall shit that makes no sense, and Jazelle's is going to be much more damning. Like, you don't wake up that sleeping bear, because she will fuck you up.
This is what I've never understood about Mia. She portrays herself as this person who just, like, doesn't care, lets things roll off of her. You make an insult towards her, she's not going to make it a big deal. And that usually plays. That usually works, because if you can just let that happen, you're not going to find yourself in a bad situation. But if you're going to come back days and days later and go at her like this, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And also now you're going to be fighting an uphill battle.
Yep.
Also, you just made an enemy of Jazelle, who's having a very good season, who has the cast behind her because everybody's commenting on how good Jazelle is. You're fucked.
You have nobody to back you up except for Jacqueline.
Nobody cares about
Not only does the whole cast think she's a joke,
Uh-huh.
everybody watching thinks she's a joke. So good job, Mia.
Great job.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be good.
Questions.
From Simply Oni, do you think Jazelle will put Mia in her place later for bringing up the girls from DR trip?
She's going to torture.
Yep, I think she is.
Yeah.
From Holly Tug, I think Mia bringing up Giselle's daughters was a new low even for her. Thoughts? I don't know if it was necessarily like a low blow. It was just
because it didn't hit that hard.
stupid. Yeah.
It was more like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, this is a dumb idea, because that's exactly why it can be framed as, you're going too low. You went for my kids. I'm going to fuck you up now.
Yep.
But what she actually said wasn't a big deal. So it's like, you went too low by bringing kids into it, and the ammo that you brought was completely irrelevant.
Yeah. I knew this one was going to be coming. From Christy Jedlicki, has your opinion about Greg changed after this episode?
Yep.
We're not sure.
Yeah, look, we broke up with Greg. Everybody knows it.
Yep.
All right, we're going to state it again. I'm going to go back and edit all of those episodes.
So you can't find it.
We don't sound like assholes. Look, here's the thing, though. Okay? And we always do this, and we are very proud of this part of the podcast. We will reel it back if we say something we don't agree with down the road. We will not stand by simply because.
Just listen to the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
We completely started off by saying, yeah, maybe we jump to a conclusion there.
Yeah.
All right. Last one here. This is just a very nice little message. From Mary Had a Little. How are you bros managing your schedules? Working full-time? New baby? New girlfriend? Also working full-time? Y'all okay? No.
I'm losing my fucking mind. What are you talking about?
It's tough. We live a tough life.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. Here's the double-edged sword. And this is funny. Like, obviously, this is not even remotely comparing ourselves to one of the most successful streamers in the world, Speed, you know?
Yeah.
Somebody asked him, a lot of streamers and like TikTokers were saying like, my job's harder than a 9-to-5. We will not sit here and say that this is a tough job.
Nope. Because
we love doing this. We're just grateful for the opportunity to do this, and we really enjoy it. Is it straining? Yes, we're fucking tired. If we didn't have other jobs, it probably would be a lot easier. But we do have other jobs, and let me tell you, I'm fucking tired.
I'm dying.
I do have a new baby. I'm so tired. And she sleeps, and I'm still tired. And that's the thing. This is what you don't understand, okay? She sleeps, and I edit. I edit late into the night, and then she wakes up, and I feed her at like 5 in the morning, and then I post episodes in the morning, and I haven't slept like REM cycle in 6 months.
What is REM cycle?
I don't know. Never heard of them.
Me neither.
Are you happy now?
Yeah, you happy?
You brought up our trauma.
Send us a care gift.
Yeah.
Care package would
Care
be great.
package would be great. That'll perk us right up.
Yeah.
Just send espresso,
Coffee,
and
yeah.
coffee, and caffeine, and dip,
And dip, and vapes.
and zins. I've never done a zin.
I don't like
I
that.
don't need the zin. Just send, yeah. Anyway,
Anyway.
bros and shows. Bros are out of here. Working on it.